Well, good afternoon and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Today, it's our final game of the season as we bring you Lompoc Braves softball hosting the Dos Pueblos Chargers. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from the softball diamond here at Lompoc High School, where the 6-10-1 Braves get ready to take on the 17-6-1 Chargers. Dos Pueblos has been hot all year long, but they're peaking at the right time, having won 9 straight coming into today's game. You have to go all the way back to the beginning of the month and the Thousand Oaks tournament to find their last loss. The Braves, on the other hand, are struggling a bit this season. They took the field today having lost their last 3, but their last win was a convincing one, a 22-0 shellacking of Santa Barbara a couple of weeks back. So today, with the Channel League Championship already firmly in the grasp of the Chargers and the Braves already eliminated from playoff contention, Dos Pueblos looks to keep the win streak alive and head to the postseason with momentum, while Lompoc hopes to send their seniors out with an upset victory. Joining me today for our last broadcast of the season is the Statmeister, Mike Loney. Mike, these teams played just 2 days ago with the Chargers coming out on top by a score of 4-1. Can the Braves finish out the year with a win today?
Anything is possible, Greg, and 4-1 is certainly better than a lot of teams have fared versus the Chargers.
Indeed. Chargers certainly kind of running away with the league championship this year.
One of the primary reasons for that is on the bench to start today. And that's one of their A pitchers. They're all kind of A pitchers. You have Allison, and Ashley.
In the circle for the Braves today, we've got Brianna Rettmeyer, number 21. She'll start things off, and leading off for the Chargers
number 1
is number 1,
Usaka.
Josie Wasaka. Left-handed batters that start things off this afternoon. Nobody manning the scoreboard today, so we're on our own. There's a strike down the middle. We'll catch the count here for you in just a second.
I believe it's 2-1. Couldn't swear to that.
Oh, no, momentarily. Some foul out of play. So, we got at least 2 strikes. Waiting for a little signal from the home plate umpire here to tell us the details. 3-2. There we go. So we start off the game with a full count. Little blooper over towards second. That'll drop into the glove out there at center field for out number 1. Kendra Hockett out there makes the catch and records out number 1. That'll bring up number 24, Allison Gasper. Right-handed batter for the Chargers. Takes one right down the middle for strike one called.
All in the dirt that sank quickly and almost drew a swing, but she managed to check.
Following a strike to Gasper, who's batting .344 today, smacks this one over towards second base. That'll make its way into center field for a single. One out single by Gasper puts a runner on first. It brings up number 15. Brianna Castro.
Also from the right side.
I want to welcome some listeners listening from Santa Barbara area to the Charger broadcast today on KPEGradio.com. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the game. Castro takes ball 1. A grounder back to the circle. Whitmire's got it. Throw to first to record out number 2. Gasper advances to second on the play.
Whitmire backhanded that on her knees, going to her left.
Nice nimble little play there in the circle. Route number 2. That'll bring us to Sierra Loeffner. Grounds the first pitch to third. Larsh to first.
Didn't even have to move her feet much.
She was in the right place at the right time. And quickly, the Chargers have retired here in the first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 left. So after 1/2 inning here at Lompoc High School, our score is the Chargers 0 and the Lompoc Braves coming to bat. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill, Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio, turning knobs and pushing buttons and clicking mice and doing all those fun things, keeping the stream going. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We appreciate it. This is our last broadcast of the season, our 11th game on our schedule.
It's been kind of hitting a moving target.
Yeah, the schedule has been a little variable this year with rainouts and all sorts of things, kind of messing things up. But we've managed to be as flexible as we could and get as many in as we can. So this will wrap up the baseball-softball season for us. It's been a lot of fun covering Cabrillo and Lompoc baseball and softball. As we get a little further into the game, we'll kind of give you a sneak peek at what's coming up next for KPEG Sports. With a little help from the Statmeister, because he's the one that's got the information.
And isn't that scary?
Yes, that is definitely
frightening.
A frightening thought. Okay, we will go to the bottom of the first. Sierra Preston will be first up for Lompoc. We should note, as the last home game, and actually the last game of the softball season, this was senior day here for the Braves. We gave a nice send-off to Hannah Larsh and Michelle Hill, 2 seniors on this Lompoc squad.
Very young squads on both sides of the campus, both softball and baseball.
First pitch off the backstop. Ball 1.
Yeah, that was.
If
I may quote, that was just a little bit high.
Allison Borden in the circle for the Chargers today. Lost that one a bit on the upside for ball 1.
In games in which she's taken the decision, she's undefeated. As Preston flies out to first base.
So quickly, 1 down here for the Braves in the first. Brings up Emery Rodriguez.
Wearing number 5 today.
Takes a strike.
She's batting left-handed today.
Should be noted with senior day and possibly because of the last game of the season, there is a hefty crowd here at the softball park today. And a boisterous one as well.
Yeah. And she swings a strike 2.
Hopefully you'll be able to hear us over the chatter.
And our old friend Mr. Wynn has decided to show up. So
it wouldn't be a softball game without him, right?
Yeah.
0-2 pitch to Rodriguez. Got her swinging, strike 3, and quickly 2 down here for the Braves. She takes that kind of running jump start of her swing.
Yeah, tries the slap shot.
Yeah.
That brings up number 10, Miss March.
The Haley variety, the one not graduating. Takes strike 1. After that first errant pitch by Borden, she's been right on the money in the strike zone since then. As soon as I say that, she rolls one across the plate.
Hey, at least it was across the plate.
It was.
It was right down the middle of the plate. Elevation about
3 inches.
A millimeter. Ooh.
Digs that one out, grounds it over towards short.
Ooh.
Throw to first, offline.
Yep.
So Larsh will turn the corner and trot over to second after the errant throw.
Yeah.
Gonna have to score that one an error, I think.
Yeah, that's reached on an error.
But either way, the Braves with a runner at second with 2 down. And Mariah Villalobos up to bat.
Villalobos wearing number 13.
Ooh. Grounded towards second. Quick toss to first, and we're done here in the first inning. So that was fast. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. So after 1 complete inning here at Lompoc High School, our score is Dos Pueblos Chargers nothing, the Lompoc Braves nothing.
Our score after 1 is not.
Nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
Speaking of baseball and such things, which is what we do here at KPEG Sports, there's a little thing called the Junior Giants Summer Baseball Program coming up. Sponsored by the Lompoc Recreation Division. It's open to boys and girls ages 6 to 15. Coming up on, when is it coming up? Well, registration is on the 1st of May.
So next week.
That's at the Anderson Recreation Center. That's Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Or you can go online to gojrgiants.com and register online there as well. So check it out. Lots of fun for boys and girls. A Junior Giants Summer Baseball Program. So to the top of the second inning we go.
Number 2.
So this is pitcher Allison Borden. Takes strike 1. Early pitcher on pitcher action here.
Yeah,
reaches out and slaps that one over to the third base coach.
And she can hit. She been averaging just a shade under 400 most of the season.
Says here coming in at 362. That's reasonable.
She's dropped down a little bit the last week. But,
I know a lot of big league ball players would like to have 362.
Yeah.
Just outside with that one for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Borden. Slaps this one over towards right. Quick toss to first to record the out.
Nice job by Hill at second base to corral that one.
So 1 down here in the top of the second inning as Borden is retired. And that will take us to number 18.
And in that game earlier this week, Lompoc pitching stood up fairly well.
Michaela Butsky takes strike 1 call.
I mean, it wasn't like the Braves got hammered. Speaking of hammered, that ball was hammered foul down the third base line.
Hammered is a good way to describe that one, all the way over to the scoreboard. But well foul, so no harm.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
Right? That was foul, no harm. And that was very close. But called a ball.
Just outside for ball one.
Yep.
Some of the fans disagree.
Ooh.
That one way outside.
To the backstop. So Greg has been able to hear his favorite sound.
Yes.
The sound of the ball hitting wood at the backstop.
That one comes in low for ball three. All of a sudden, we're going to full count. Here to Butsky. Foul out of play over our heads.
Dumped back behind the Braves dugout.
Count stays full, 3-2. Butsky drills this one over into right for a single.
And that throw coming in almost got her at first.
She didn't beat that throw by much, actually.
No,
You're right.
That was rather surprising.
That looked to be an easy single, and all of a sudden the ball was coming right in there at the same time she was, but she beat it out by a step. So,
or less.
Or less. So with one out, the Chargers have a runner on. That'll bring us to Ashley Gherkin, number 4. Takes ball one. Gherkin playing in right field today for those Pueblos.
Another ball.
Just outside with that one for ball 2. 2-0 the count. No score here from Lompoc High School. Top of the second.
I wonder if Gherkin's any relation to Kelsey Gherkin's down there at Channel 3.
Kind of in the same vicinity, aren't they?
Yeah.
You wonder.
I always wanted Kelsey Gherkins to interview Kyle Bickles.
Only you would think of that.
There was a certain symmetry there.
Timeout. I think we'll get back to playing ball here in just a second. Yeah. Okay. 2-0 the count. That one bounces in. Larsh with a good stop back there, and it's 3-0.
So you think she's taking, or is she looking for one?
I think she's looking. That's why I'm an announcer, not a coach. Taking all the way. Strike one.
Oh.
That one fouled off the protective gear.
Yeah.
That'll rattle your crate a little bit.
Yeah, that was a noggin adjuster. Just did get a piece of it. They came almost straight back, and that's why they put catchers in those cages.
That's fouled up high over our head.
Seventh pitch of this at bat coming up.
Counts 3-2. Got her looking to strike 3. That was a nice pitch.
First strikeout by Rightline.
That'll record out number 2 here in the second.
That was a big out.
Indeed. Butsky still at first, and a timeout called by the Braves, and they'll assemble in the circle for a little chat. We're scoreless here at Lompoc High School in the top of the second. In a game that
is moving right along.
Yeah. Doesn't mean a whole lot as far as the standings are concerned. Matter of fact, it means less than a whole lot.
Yeah, well, it's always good to win the last one.
Yep.
And the Braves can pull within a game of 500 with a win tonight, or at least in league. 6 and 8, 8 and 10 overall.
I was talking to Coach Ledgerwood pregame, and she was hoping to give the senior girls a win to go out with.
Yeah, that's always nice too. Strike called on the first pitch.
This is Jenny Nichols at bat.
Takes the ball on the second.
That'll take us to 1-1. Ball and a strike to Nichols, and she's going to hammer this one into center field for a single.
Yeah, left fielder comes over and cuts it off short. That was well onto the grass before it touched down.
Yep. So Buskey moves over to second on the play. Nichols safely at first. And with 2 out, we will go to number 3, Jessica Reveles. Looks at ball 1, high and away. Another pitch high for ball 2.
Should mention that although they were down a little bit last year, this Dos Pueblos team has been pretty good for the better part of a decade.
Hefty swing there, comes up empty for strike 1.
Wasn't too many years ago that they won a Division IV state championship, and they had strung together, I believe it was 8 consecutive years with 20-plus wins.
That's a good solid program there.
Yeah.
3 balls and a strike now. Ball 4. Redmeyer surrenders her first walk of the day, and the bases are full here in the second with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm. Fittingly that number 3 is the third runner on base.
Takes us to the top of the order. Josie Wasaka. Wasaka batting .269 on the year.
And batting left-handed, as we mentioned earlier.
Fouls that one off the net behind the home plate for strike 1. Rittmeyer trying to pitch her way out of a jam here in the second. Oh, that's a single to right. That'll score 1 at least. Play at the plate. Got her. Nice play by Larsh back there to tag out Jenny Nichols as she tried to score from second. But the visitors get 1 across. One run on a couple of hits. No errors. They'll leave 1. So after 1.5 innings, our score is now the Dos Pueblos Chargers 1, the Lompoc Braves nothing.
Well, that was another tremendous throw by Larsh. She came up firing from right field, and Nichols was not really close at the plate.
Good tag behind the plate there.
Coming from second, so Larsh to Larsh. It's kind of harsh on Nichols.
So the Chargers are on the board first. It's 1-0. The Braves will see if they can answer in the bottom of the inning. We usually talk about this on, well, you know what? We'll talk about it later. Things moving just too quickly for me today, Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, so to start things off on the top of the second, we have number 13, Heidi Cardenas. No batting stats available for the Braves. I apologize for that. Nice pitch right down the strike zone for strike 1 call. What can we tell you about Allison Warden and her pitching?
Well, I think she was 6-0
You are correct. 6 wins, no losses in 11 appearances.
They kind of had aces for DP this year.
Gordon with a 1.79 ERA. That'll get it done.
She was kind of the 1B. She mostly faced the teams that weren't really the elite, shall we say. She's a junior. Their third pitcher is the daughter of the coach, and she's a sophomore. So they're going to be tough in the future.
We got 3 pitchers listed here on the roster. With the season. Ooh. Here's a smack over to right field for fly out.
Stayed up.
3 pitchers on the roster with a combined ERA of 1.58.
Yeah.
That'll win you a game or 2.
Indeed. As Larsh comes to the plate.
To her traditional Led Zeppelin walk-on.
Mm-hmm. How did I know you were going to mention that? Oh, that was a beautiful off-speed pitch, and she had Larsh.
Hannah's just shaking her head at that one. So why did I swing it there? Coach Ledgerwood over there grinning at first base. Needless to say, strike 1. Check swing on a high fastball. Appeal to first base, no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases clear. That one floats in low for ball 2.
She has definitely been moving the ball around today.
Indeed. Marsh would like to move the ball around too, like somewhere deep in the outfield.
Perhaps on the other side of that knuckle structure out there.
Mm-hmm. Watches ball 3 outside.
And high.
Hannah, one of the 2 seniors honored pregame on senior day. Like to send herself off with a win. Take strike 2 call.
And that one was right down the channel. So I got another full count, Greg.
That's beginning to be a habit today, isn't it?
I think that's the third one.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the first baseline.
Good, fortunately for Hannah. You can never keep Hannah and Haley straight, but that was Hannah. And that one was the first baseman took 1 step over and it was just out. Oh.
Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Larsh goes down looking for out number 2. That'll bring us to the other senior on the squad, Michelle Hill. High and away for ball 1 to Hill. Bases are empty here for the Braves in the bottom of the second. 2 down, Lompoc trailing 1-0.
Well,
pretty pitch.
That was a floater right at the knees, and it just kind of wobbled around and then kind of perky jerked over the plate.
Ball and a strike. Chopper over towards third. Gathers herself. Throw to first. Boom. Out number 3 and the side is retired. So quick work for the Charger defense. Retires the Braves here in the second inning.
In order.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 2 complete here at Lompoc High School, our score remains the Chargers 1, the Braves nothing.
And I mentioned earlier, the Braves, very young. They have shown a lot of growth during the course of this season.
They have.
This is definitely not the same team that they started the year with, although they put up some decent performances earlier. They had San Ynez come back on them for a 9-8 win. I think it was the second game, maybe the first. And then they lost a heartbreaker to San Marcos early.
One highlight for the Braves this year is the season sweep against rival Cabrillo.
Indeed.
Beat them with 3 games this year.
It's been either feast or famine. They've got season sweeps against Cabrillo and Santa Barbara. And if they lose this one, they will have lost season sweeps against San Ynez, San Marcos, and BP.
Okay, the top of the third. Here we go. Up first for the Chargers, number 24, Allison Gasper. Takes strike 1. That one bounces across.
Bounces across, bounces off the catcher, and bounces back in front.
The bouncing ball in more ways than one.
Ooh.
Line drive right to third base. And Haley Larsh for out number 1. Haley playing the hot corner over there at third today, and sure got a glove on that one in a hurry.
Yep. That was... If she hadn't caught that...
she might have been injured.
Yeah.
High fly ball, infield over toward second base. Michelle Hill puts that one in the glove for quick out number 2. Well, 3 pitches, 2 outs. It's tough to get more efficient than that.
Yeah. Definitely something Margie Ledger would like to see continuing next year.
Sierra Loeffner up to bat now, takes strike 1. Loeffner batting .297 on the season, coming into the last game of the year. High fly ball, center field, should be playable. Out of the glove, however.
And they
Price to get to second and slides in under the tag, says Blue.
Yeah. So error.
Kendra Hockett out there in center was tracking that one down. The wind took it a little bit suddenly to her right. She couldn't get back under it in time. Comes off the glove. And with that, the Chargers have a runner at second with 2 outs. High fly ball, foul territory. And a nice play.
Nice catch.
By Mariah Villalobos coming over from first base to catch that one right in front of us, about 10 feet in front of our faces. We had a bird's eye view of that one for sure. So no runs for the Chargers here in the third. No hits, 1 error, 1 left. So after 2.5, our score remains the Chargers 1, the Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. Lynn's up on hand back at the TV side as well. Thanks, Lynn. Appreciate you being around. And we thank our listeners for joining us today, especially those coming coming in on KPEGradio.com, listening from the Santa Barbara area to their Dos Pueblos Chargers. I want to remind us local folks that on Friday nights there's a special show on KPEG Radio called New Tracks. It's a show where we highlight a bunch of the brand new music we put onto our rotation here in the recent past. Plus, we debut one song that's going to get its first airing there on the show. So check it out, 6 o'clock on Friday nights, New Tracks. Listen to the new music we've recently added to the library. It's exclusively right here at 100.9 FM KPEG.
Great job by Reitmeyer. A lot of young pitchers would get a little frustrated about having an error behind them like that, and she just came in and drilled a strike. Popped up for the out.
So the Braves will come up in the bottom of the third. They'll have Audrey Elizondo to bat first.
She takes a ball outside.
And a strike down the middle. Real nice crowd here at Lompoc softball field today. You can get an extra set of bleachers set up behind us today where there normally isn't one. And they're pretty well full. So good crowd.
Another bouncer in the dirt. 2-1 count.
Let's go, Audrey!
That one misses a little bit high and away for ball 3. So Elizondo looking at a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Let's see if Margie has her taken.
She'll take ball 4 is what she'll do.
Yeah, and that one was well low. That was a grass cutter.
So first walk of the day for Borden, I believe. Puts Elizondo on first. And brings up Lompoc pitcher Brianna Reitmeyer.
You know how much you love pitcher-on-pitcher action.
Oh, yes. Especially when they come into Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Reitmeyer lays down a bunt towards third. Throw to first will retire Reitmeyer, but Elizondo will advance to second on the sac bunt.
And by the time that bunt was picked up, the runner was about 5 feet from second base. That was a beauty.
Well-placed bunt by Reitmeyer. Does the job perfectly. Advances the runner. 1 out with a base runner at second now. Brings us to the top of the Lompoc batting order with Sierra Preston.
Taking a strike.
Fly ball, shallow right, just past first base. That'll be caught for out number 2. Jessica Reveles out there to make that play. Amory Rodriguez now up for the Braves. She did it so quickly we didn't have a chance to tell you that was Kendra Hockett that made that beautiful bunt to advance.
I thought that
was that Reitmeyer?
It was Reitmeyer.
Okay, never mind.
Slap shot goes foul down the third base line by, that was number 5.
That's Rodriguez. Get ourselves straight here. Wind's blowing my numbers around here. So 1 strike to Rodriguez. Slaps this one foul over towards the Charger dugout.
That was a pretty good shot. Relatively new fencing down that side. I'm not sure the old stuff was held up.
The condition of these fields around here at Lompoc High School is so much improved this season. Ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rodriguez. Tremendous amount of time and effort, and not a small amount of money has gone into the Lompoc sports fields here this season.
Indeed.
Ball high. Head high.
Speaking of which, probably not this year, but they're expecting, I believe in January, to start work on the facility to our left, Greg, Hout Stadium. We're talking about...
Slaps this one back to the circle, backhanded.
Thrown away.
Throw to first is wide.
And the throw home is not in time. And we have a tie ball game.
Audrey Elizondo trots home for the Braves' first run. All that caused by an errant throw to first. So Rodriguez safe at second. And we've got a tie ball game at 1 apiece.
And still have a runner on second. With Marsh at bat.
The Haley variety, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Takes strike 1. We'll hit it over to second. A little quick toss to first. We'll report out number 3 and retire the Braves here in the third.
Nice job by the second baseman fielding a rather curious hop.
But the Braves come up with a run here in the third. 1 run on... Oh, that a hit or an error, Mike?
Error. It was a difficult play, but it wasn't an impossible play. And
the Braves will leave 1 stranded, so 3 complete done here, Mike. 3 innings completed at Lompoc High School. We're tied up. Dos Pueblos 1, Lompoc 1. You're listening to the game of the week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate you being here today and all season long. We've been covering Lompoc and Cabrillo baseball and softball for the last, 8 weeks or so?
So it's only been 8?
Yep. First broadcast was way back on April 22nd. Going back and forth ever since.
We're joined fieldside here by one of the premier LGSA coaches around.
And yeah, coaching for the Bulldogs this season. Having a nice time. Welcome, Mary. Glad you can join us. What? So we'll go to the top of the 4th now in a tie ball game. Michaela Butsky, number 18, up to start things off for the Chargers. Takes ball 1. Flares this one foul out of play.
Right into the sun.
Wind picking up a little bit again. As thing is starting to get a little hazy in the valley as well. A little errant on that pitch for ball 2. Rolls back to the backstop. Makes a count of 2 balls and no strike. Butsky at 375 on the season, with a pair of home runs to her credit as well. So she can hit the ball really hard.
And she fouls another one back to the screen.
5 doubles, a triple, and 2 dingers for Butsky on the season.
She'd have to really yank one to get it out. But,
now there's a well-hit ball. It'll be a single to center field for Butsky. Nice little stroke right down the middle. So a leadoff single for Butsky puts a runner at first with nobody out.
Yeah.
And brings us to Ashley Gherkin. Gherkin with somewhat limited at bats for the Chargers here today coming in. But has scored 7 runs.
Mm-hmm. She's got some speed, been used as a pinch runner in a couple of situations.
Squares to bunt and takes strike 1. Butsky at first. Gherkin only a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Bunts this one foul. Haley Larsh all the way in from third base to home plate on that bunt attempt.
Well, last time she gets to say hi to her sister.
Yeah.
Oh. That one was a bit high. Ball 1 after 2 strikes.
Showing a swing. And takes the ball low and away. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out here for the Chargers in the 4th with a runner at first. This one's going to be a foul ball over towards the, what do they call that thing? The scoreboard.
Yeah. Rolled to the fence. And anything that's up and perpendicular to the wind is not going to stay in. And that was, on a normal day, that might have gotten close to that 200-foot sign down there at the end of the line. And that one got to about 10 feet past third base, and the wind just...
and just hung a left.
Yep.
Ball 3 low. Actually, I'm beginning to think that the wind is the normal day, Mike.
Yeah.
3-2 now to Gherkin. And she'll take a free pass to first.
Maybe we should say on a calm day.
So no outs here in the 4th, and all of a sudden the Chargers have runners at first and second, and that will bring a conference in the circle.
Everybody in the infield, in the hoop.
One could call it a powwow of braves.
One could, but perhaps not.
Perhaps not. Or perhaps it's just plain too late.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody's got their helmets back on and we're ready to go. Second walked by Rettmeyer, I believe.
Yep.
Against 1K. That pitch is high away for ball 1. This is, who is this?
Number 7.
Number 7, Jenny Nichols.
Yep. And she would definitely like to make those runners pay off.
There's a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Nichols batting .241. She's got 11 RBIs to her credit. Got a couple of chances here. I'd like to pad those numbers a little bit.
Kind of half squared the bunt and pulled out of it and took the called strike.
Swinging away. High pop up just in front of home plate. Nobody calls it. And it falls.
Oh, goodness. And that was a huddle.
And really got an infield fly rule, right?
Yeah.
That was interesting. Went straight up about 10 feet out in front of home plate. Rettmeyer was there. Larsh was there. They look at each other and then let it fall onto the ground.
Yeah.
But it ends up as an out. Either way, right?
Yeah. And they're going to say Nichols is the out. So
runners are stay put where they are at first and second. And that brings us to Jessica Reveles.
She looks at it. And there's one for you, Greg.
Coming right over our head.
Yeah.
Supposed to catch those. Okay.
It's about 2 rows deep in the stands.
Right over our heads. I would have caught it, but I got stuff on my hands. Ground her over to Larsh. Knocks it down, tries to get the force out at third. Called safe. That was a smart play over there by Haley to try and get the force out at third, but she apparently didn't quite get there in time. And that will bring Coach Ledgerwood out to discuss the situation with the officials. Not that there's a whole lot that they're going to be able to do to change it, but at least we make our feelings known, right?
Indeed.
That was Butsky sliding in face first over third. Now she's dirty from head to toe. And all of a sudden, the bases are full, Mike.
Indeed. And guess who's up? Osaka, top of the order.
Josie Wasaka, 18 RBIs on the books for Josie. And 4 home runs.
And up until recently, her dad was the coach for this squad. I believe he had over 100 wins in a few years.
Osaka takes ball 1. Got a whole handful of RBIs out there for her if she can push one in.
Takes a strike, evens the count.
1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases juiced here for the Chargers in the 4th in a 1-1 ball game.
Oh,
nice floater in there for the strike.
Ooh, that was just a freeze pitch. That was too pretty to hit.
Just take pictures of those. Off the hands, going drifting foul into left field and just foul. Got that one up in the wind enough to send it left. Or east, or both.
Up the valley.
Yeah.
That was hit pretty well.
Got it up on the bat a little bit towards the hands. If she's got that one a little further down the barrel.
Speaking of things down, that pitch in the dirt. Good stop by Marsh.
Takes the count to 2-2 now to Wasaka. Grounder fair right past first base.
Yeah.
That'll score 1. Nice throw back into Larsh. Will hold the runner at third.
They learned that lesson.
Elizondo out there with a nice throw back into home to hold the runner. But 1 across here for the Chargers, and it's 2-1. Dos Pueblos. Bases still full. Still 1 out. And Allison Gasper back up for Dos Pueblos. Looks at ball 1.
That was a no-doubter. Strike.
Nice pitch by Rittmeyer for a strike. 1-1. Well hit to center. Should be playable. And it is. Throw into home. Not in time. Runner from third will score. That's Durkin scoring from third on the play. And it's 3-1.
Still 2 out.
2 outs now. Runners at first and second. So the Chargers putting together some offense here in the fourth inning. 2 across so far. Still 2 on with 2 outs and
number 15.
Uh-oh. Ball is loose.
Wild pitch, and
Marshall track it down. Both runners advance.
Yeah.
This is Brianna Castro. Looking at ball 1. And the Braves are going to give her a free pass. These days, you don't have to throw the pitches. You just tell them to take the base. So the base is full once again.
Technically the third walk.
Just got a piece of that one. Fouls it into the glove for strike 1. This is Sierra Loeffner.
Wearing number 9.
Smacks this one. Just over toward short. And that will retire the side.
When that took off, it sounded like it'd been hit pretty good. And then it got out in the wind and just kind of spun there for a while.
Kind of quit.
It's kind of like, this is hard.
I think I'll drop out of the sky right now. Okay, but speaking of dropping, the Chargers dropped 2 on the Braves here in the fourth inning. They'll leave the bases full. So after 3.5 here at Lompoc High School, our score has changed. It's now Dos Pueblos 3, Lompoc 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio. Lynn's helping out too. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate you listening. Mike, you talked a little bit about the Hug Stadium renovation. That makes me think the football season can't be too far away. We've got
August the 23rd, Greg.
We got a sneak peek at the Braves football schedule just the other day.
Actually, we got the schedules for both Cabrillo and Lompoc. And we may have some schedule adjustments. Are we right now? Both Cabrillo and Lompoc are scheduled to play on the 23rd at home. So I think one of those may be moved.
That will be difficult to do.
But the Conquistadors will be taking on Bishop Diego. And the Braves will be hosting the Simi Valley Pioneers.
Simi Valley.
Had an interesting trip down there last year.
Okay, to the bottom of the fourth we go. Back to softball. This is number 2, Mariah Villalobos.
Takes a strike.
Grounds this one over to short. Knocks it down, but through the glove. That was hard hit.
Yep.
Unable to get a glove on it. And Villalobos will be safe at first.
Off the glove, off the chest, off the shoulder, and off the ground.
I'm going to call that a hit. What do you say, Mike?
I don't know if I go that far.
I don't think he agrees with me, folks.
It was hit right at her. But
it was okay. All right. Heidi Cardenas now fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. That was a sharply hit ball by Villalobos, but you're right. It was right out to shortstop. Probably could have, should have. So we'll charge it as an error. Either way, Mariah's on first with no outs.
Right.
Right back to the circle. Turns, throws the second for the force out there. So Villalobos is gone. Replaced on first by Cardenas. Here comes our Led Zeppelin fan again. Hannah Walsh.
See, the question is next year who inherits Led Zeppelin for the Wanda music?
I certainly hope someone picks up it.
Ooh.
Smacks this one into right field. Throw to first. Not in time. Larsh able to beat out the throw. So Cardenas at second. Larsh at first with one out. And Michelle Hill, number 7, up to bat.
And that was a single.
Yes. No question about that one. Braves trailing 3-1. Michelle Hill will hit this one over to third. Cardenas will be tagged out in the base path.
Boy, and that was...
That
could easily have been a double. That was a great play at third.
Jenny Nichols right there to snag that one down and tag Cardenas on the way by for out number 2. That puts Larsh at second. Hill's on first with the fielder's choice. And Elizondo up to bat for the Braves with 2 down. Little dribble over towards third. Nichols will scoop it up, step on the bag, and retire the Braves here in the 4th inning. So it looked promising for Lompoc here just a few minutes ago. They come up empty here in the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, an error, 2 left on base. So 4 complete innings done here at Lompoc High School. Our score remains the Dos Pueblos Chargers 3, the Lompoc Braves 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
Mike, something else coming up here in the Lompoc Valley we should probably tell folks about. It's the mother-son luau. That's going to happen on Friday and Saturday, May 3rd and 4th, just around the corner. Friday and Saturday from 6:30 to 8:30 both days. Tickets are $25 per couple. It's kind of the equivalent of the father-daughter dance. It's the mother-son luau.
The reverse.
Yeah. More information about the mother-son luau, you can call the Anderson Recreation Center at 875-8100, 875-8100. They'll tell you all about it. Get your tickets quick because they do go out in a hurry. And once they're gone, they're gone. The mother-son luau.
Do you have any fun things coming up with the budget?
Oh, yeah, we've got months and months of fun things coming up with the budget. No new budget hearings or workshops scheduled at the moment. Well, I will certainly let you know when there is. If you're interested in such things about following the Lompoc budget, stick with Cap TV, Channel 23, and here at KPEGradio.com. We cover all the city council meetings and all the budget workshops live on radio, internet, and television, courtesy of your friends here at the Lompoc Media Center.
Deep into the night on occasion.
We're going to go to the top of the 5th here at Lompoc High School.
Last Wednesday, got a chance to see the Jodi Warrior there, and her eyes hadn't quite glazed over.
First pitch swinging, popped up to Rittmeyer in the circle for out number 1. That was, happened so quick, that was Allison Gordon.
Pitcher.
So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 5th. That brings up the very dusty Michaela Butsky.
Yeah, I like the 1 pitch, 1 out thing for Lompoc opponents.
Butsky very dusty from sliding into third.
Yeah, she's had a good day.
Grounds over to short. Quick throw to first. We'll record out number 2.
2 pitches, 2 outs.
That's as efficient as it gets.
That brings up number 4.
Ashley Gherkin up again. Very quickly, 2 outs here on the Chargers in the 5th.
If she gets on, we definitely need to get her caught between bases.
So look at ball 1.
That kind of breaks the streak.
I'm not even going to respond to that, Mike.
That was high. Ball 2.
Two balls, no strikes.
I know you will use it if it happens.
Over the third baseman's head, throw to first will be not in time. And
great job by the shortstop cutting that off, though, behind third.
Over the head of Larsh at third, and all of a sudden, Gherkin's at first with 2 outs. Jenny Nichols now up for the Chargers. Looks at one low and away for ball 1.
And there's just something wrong about somebody with the name of Nichols wearing number 7.
Ooh, just got a piece of that one.
Yeah, it was down around the ankles. And she managed to just tap the top of it, bounce it off Larsh.
We've been talking about the batting averages of some of these those Pueblos players. We'll get back to that in a minute. As Nichols slaps this one into center field for a single. And all of a sudden we had 2 outs and nobody on. Now we've got 2 outs and runners at first and second. And the Chargers trying to put together a 2-out rally here in the 5th.
Yep.
Jessica Reveles now.
Yeah, there are no weak spots on this Charger team.
Ball 1, as I was saying, the team batting average is .305.
When your team batting average is .305 and your team ERA is 1.5 something.
1.58. Yeah, that's a pretty vicious combination.
Reveles takes a swing at that one, fouls it back.
Evens us up at 1-1. Slaps this one over to third. Larsh has got it. Long, hard throw to first. We'll record the out and retire the Chargers here in the 5th. So no runs for Dos Pueblos in the 5th. Couple of hits. No errors. 2 left. After 4.5 here at Lompoc High School, our score is still the Dos Pueblos Chargers 3, the Lompoc Braves 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
We talked about the budget a little bit a minute ago. We want to tell you that if you go to the City of Lompoc website, there's an interesting interactive tool that the staff has put together for folks out there that might be interested in playing around with the numbers themselves. It's the interactive budget tool. Just go to cityoflompoc.com. The link to it is right there on the homepage. And when you open that up, it'll take you to a tool that allows you to plug numbers into all the different departments and the programs that the Lompoc city government sponsors and operates on. Lets you juggle the numbers and see what programs you would cut, where you would add money. It gives you the opportunity to try and balance the budget yourself.
Yep.
And all that information you can submit to the city.
Yep.
And it goes into consideration in the next budget workshop. So give it a try. If you get involved.
Reitmeyer steps to the plate. Should also mention, Greg, that the Lompoc boys track team won the county championship here the other day.
Hey, good job, guys.
Not particularly close.
Strike one to Rettmeyer. Check swing on the high one. Appeal to first. No swing. Takes us to 1 ball and 1 strike. To Rettmeyer, who's leading things off for the Braves here in the bottom of the 5th. Lompoc trailing by 2. 3-1. Chargers.
Rettmeyer takes him low.
Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
So the count matches her jersey number.
Yeah, that's right.
You'd think she'd want 12. That was
touched in fair territory. It was leaking foul, but the throw to first will retire Rettmeyer nonetheless.
Yeah, that was a good recovery at third base.
And a decisive call by our home plate umpire to call that one fair.
Mm-hmm.
And a good throw.
Well, it was touched about 6 inches inside the line.
Yep. So 1 out here in the Braves 5th. Then Sierra Preston up to bat.
Watch the ball 1, low.
Breeze picking up a little bit. A little bit of haze coming in from the west as we watch it roll in from the ocean. Call and strike.
Even as the count? Yeah, 1-0.
Preston playing shortstop for the Braves today. Looking at a 1-1 pitch. Smacks it over to shortstop. Off the glove and dribbles over towards second. And Preston will be safe at first.
Yeah, I might be tempted to call that one a single.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask. Somewhat similar to the last one we had over there, but this one was really sharply hit.
Yeah, that was an odd hop, and
I think it came up and
I think it got her
caught her on the chin as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It was a vicious shot.
It's Loeffner over there trying to shake that off. Coaches are out to check on her. So that bounced up off her glove off the turf and caught her right in the chin.
Yeah, that was one of those where the glove acts as a ramp, and it just and then it.
That's why you see a lot of these players wearing the face guards out there in the infield.
That one
these days.
To use the colloquial expression that was prevalent when we were kids, Greg, that one ate her up.
Yep. And we hope she's okay.
Yeah.
She's out there at her position being looked at, so she. Over the years, I've been doing this for so long, I've seen a lot of girls get hurt pretty badly.
Mm-hmm.
Especially playing over in the third base area.
Yeah, in the hot corner and the speed zone.
Looks like Loeffner's going to be able to hang in there and stay in the game. Gets a nice round of applause here by everybody. Well, the official's still over there checking her out, making sure she's okay to continue. And okay. She's given the official go-ahead to continue. And that's good to see.
But that ricocheted off her face and probably went a good 15 feet. Give you some idea of the momentum involved.
You're going to feel that one tomorrow, if not already.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will go back to the batter's box with Amory Rodriguez up for Lompoc.
Quick slap shot foul.
Preston's over at first for the Braves with 1 out. Rodriguez looks at that one high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on here for the Braves in the bottom of the 5th.
The aces are wild.
They are. If it wasn't for that pesky 2-run lead, it would just be perfect.
Yeah.
Rodriguez takes strike 2.
Rodriguez still doing the run-up slap. So.
Gordon just misses with that one. That's all right.
And she wasn't thrilled with that call.
Well, it was close from our perspective.
I'm sorry about it.
2-2. Got her. Strike 3.
Swing and strike.
So 2 down now for the Braves here in the 5th. That'll bring us to the younger Larsh.
Larsh number 2, wearing 10.
Looks at ball 1. Haley doing a nice job in that third base position today for the Braves.
Yeah. Nice job by both Larshes.
Yeah.
Actually, nice job by the Braves overall.
Yeah. I would agree with all of that.
Ooh.
Fouls this one down third base.
Well, she hit that one down the third base line, and the wind fouled it off.
Yeah.
That was probably about 5 feet inside the line, up 30 feet in the air, and then all of a sudden it was about 30 feet outside.
Doesn't take much to get it up into the airflow here. It's gonna drift east in a hurry. 1-1 now. Outside with that one is Borden for ball 2. Two balls and a strike now to Haley Larsh.
That was low. Ball 3.
Rolls that one in. 3-1.
Yeah, it looks like the Easter Bunny hopping up there.
Just a week late.
Still Easter as long as the chocolate is around. Oh, seeing eye right up the middle, over the plate, over the second base, and
just over the outstretched glove there of Loeffner at short. And all of a sudden, the Braves have runners at second and runners at first with 2 down. Preston over there at second. Larsh at first. And Villalobos with the bat in her hand. Right back to the circle.
Over to first.
Little easy toss over to first will retire the Braves here in the 5th. No runs for Lompoc. 2 hits. No errors, 2 left for the Braves. After 5 complete innings here at Lompoc High School, our score remains the Dos Pueblos Chargers 3, the Lompoc Braves 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network. Well, they brought the go-ahead run to the plate, Craig.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it stayed there.
Yeah, but I think if you had told Coach Wedgerwood at the beginning of the season that by the end of the season they would be competitive with Dos Pueblos, I think she would have been pleased and probably a little bit astounded.
I'm sure she is pleased at the progress her team has made. That is for sure. This is a much better team than it was 8 weeks ago when I first saw them. That is for sure.
And this is a DP team that I expect to do fairly well. I mean, they're not really expecting a state championship again out of them, but they're not an easy out in the playoffs.
Well, they are in Division 4, is that correct?
Yeah. And we go to the top of the order here in the 6th.
Top of the order being Josie Osaka.
Mm-hmm.
Takes ball 1.
Yeah, that was in the dirt.
Drills this one into right field all the way back to the fence. She'll turn the corner and go for 2. Will she stop? No, heading for 3. There's the throw, slides in. Safe.
Ooh.
Wait for the call.
Yeah, and it was close. That was a heck of a throw coming in from the outfield.
Beautiful throw, made it close. But Osaka slides in safely at third for a leadoff triple here in the 6th. That is the second triple on the season for Osaka. And that'll bring the Braves to a huddle in the circle. Nobody out here in the Chargers 6th. Already up 3-1. And another run just 1 base away.
Mm-hmm.
Up next, number 24, Allison Gasper. Takes strike 1.
Right at the knees. Osaka making some moves down the line.
Takes another strike. Gasper with 8 ribbies on the year.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to make that 9 or 10. Ooh, nice stop by Harsh.
Bounced across. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Gasper.
Anna's going to be glad she's wearing that chest protector.
Ooh! Smacks this one hard into left field for an RBI single. As Osaka scores from third.
That may have been hit even harder than the triple.
Yeah, that was well hit.
That got to the grass, and I don't think it touched the dirt. And I don't think it got over 2 feet above the ground. That was just a line shot through the hole in no time whatsoever.
So the RBI makes the score 4-1 now for Los Pueblos. Which ironically was the final score of their last game a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Ball 1 now to Castro. Throw to first. From Larsh behind the plate, not in time. Castro takes one outside for ball 2. Or ball 3, excuse me. 3-0 now. Taking all the way for strike 1. 3 balls and a strike.
Mm-hmm.
Runner at first for the Chargers. 1 run across already here in the 6th.
And that's walk number 4. 1 intentional.
Castro will take first. Gasper goes to second. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th.
Mm-hmm. Larsh goes out to talk to right line.
Sierra Loftner will pick up the bat. She's the one that took the ball on the chin out there. So no worse for wear apparently, and she's stepping into the batter's box. Takes strike 1. That one rolls across the plate for a ball.
Yeah, that looked like she was trying to pick up the spare.
Smacked. Oh, fair ball down the third baseline. That'll score at least one.
Yep.
Casper scores from second, just inside the fair line at third base for an RBI single for Loeffner. And it's 5-1 Chargers. Castro now over at second. Loeffner safe first.
Mm-hmm. And guess what, Greg?
Allison Morton up.
The number of outs is still the same as well.
Yeah. 0.
Morton takes a strike.
Reaches out and slaps this one over towards short. Tosses over to Larsh for the force at third or before the first out of the inning. So with one away, the Chargers have runners at first and second. And Michaela Butsky back up once again.
Doesn't it seem like she's been up all
It seemed like we just saw her.
Yeah. A little bit low on the first attempt. Ball one.
Smacks this one over towards second. That's going to get past the glove and into right center field. Quickly back into Redmeyer to hold the runners.
They held the runners, and that was a very good throw as well. That was
just past the outstretched glove of Michelle Hill over there. And all of a sudden, the bases are full for the Chargers with one down here in the sixth. And that'll bring out Coach Ledgerwood. And the infield will go out to join her in a discussion in the circle. And that's going to be all for Redmeyer, Mike.
Yeah. Number 15, Shay Stone comes out, and it looks like she'll take a field position.
Sierra Preston will get into the circle for the Braves. You've seen her a number of times in relief as well this season. She'll be called on to try and shut down the Chargers for the rest of the afternoon. Not an enviable position to walk into.
No. Relief pitchers usually don't.
Trailing by 4 with the bases full. She'll get an opportunity to warm up. While she does that, we'll tell you about another thing that a little special show we have on KPEG Radio called the Local Music Hour. That happens every Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Our good friend and guest host Casey Farah will introduce you to some local musicians playing some locally produced and recorded music from folks right here in Lompoc Valley and around the Central Coast. Check it out. Join Casey at 7 o'clock for the Local Music Hour on Saturday nights. It's exclusively here at 100.9 FM KPEG.
So Preston will move from shortstop to pitcher, and Shay Stone will move over to shortstop. Number 4.
Actually, they'll put Stone over at third.
Okay.
And Larsh moves over to short. Yeah. There we go. Now we got it sorted out. In the batter's box is Ashley Gherkin with a whole fistful of RBI opportunities, 3 of them to be exact. She's looking at a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Oops. Ball gets away. Runners do not advance. That was close.
Nice job by the elder Larsh to knock that one down enough to keep it in play. Count even at 2-2.
Ooh.
Hard hit, but foul. Coach has to duck out of the way of that one over there.
Yeah. About the fastest I've seen him move.
That's move or get hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ooh, just missed that one outside for ball 3.
Another full count.
Bases full, 3-2 pitch. Well hit, but foul down the first baseline. Put that one about 5 feet to the left, and that scores a whole handful of runs.
That was right into the wind, although it's died down quite a bit. So as soon as I say that, it tends to pick up again.
Little flare into center. This is going to drop. 1 run across.
And they will hold. As the throw comes in accurately to home.
RBI single by Gherkin. Scores another one, and it's 6-1 Chargers. This one getting out of hand here in the 6th inning. Jenny Nichols now up for the Chargers. Bases still full, still 1 out. Watches strike 1. Ray is trying to stop the hemorrhaging here in the 6th.
Ooh, nice pitch.
Swung over the top of that one for strike 2.
That one fouled just to get a piece of it.
Just barely hear it ding the bat on the way by.
As the senior Lorsch comes over to say hi to Greg.
Picks that one up right in front of us. We do have a bird's eye view here, Mike.
Especially since the birds are walking.
Drilled over to right.
Ooh. Throw to first, ruled not in time, although that was awfully close.
Elizondo made the catch there in shallow right, tossed it back to first to try to complete the double play, not in time, so 2 down. Anna Larsh doing what she does, yelling out instructions from behind the plate. Love the way she communicates. With 2 down and bases full, Reveles back up for the Chargers, takes strike 1. And watches strike 2. 2 nice pitches by Preston. 0-2 pitch. Grounded over to short. Bobbled.
Yep.
Larsh couldn't get a glove on it. And another run will come across. Warden scores from third. And it's 7-1. And Lasaka up at the top of the order gets hit by a pitch. And things are going from bad to worse here for the Braves. It's now 8-1 as Butsky scores on the hit batter.
Still bases loaded and finally 2 out. But
Gasper up for the Chargers, takes strike 1.
And Usaka started this inning off, so this is...
Smacked hard, backhanded by Preston.
Got her.
Throw to Larsh behind the plate and got her. Gherkin retired at trying to score from third. And finally, the Braves record out number 3 and end the Chargers 6th. With some serious damage done by the blue and gold. 5 runs across in the 6th inning. They left the bases full at that. With 5.5 done here at Lompoc High School, our score has changed. It's the Chargers 8, the Braves 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back in the studio. Lynn on hand as well. Thanks, Lynn, for helping out. And we're glad you all could join us here on the 100.9 FM and kpegradio.com. Got some listeners down in the Santa Barbara area on the radio and on the internet. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the game. It is our last radio broadcast of the spring sports season. We've had a good time through the wind and the rain. And we'll take a little summer break and get geared up for football. Coming up on August 23rd, as Mike said earlier, will be our first broadcast. We will post our full football season broadcast schedule at kpegradio.com once that is determined. We'll get the full schedule for both schools and figure out where we should be when, and we'll let you know. Hope you can join us for that. It should be a fun year of football.
Indeed.
Right now, we'll go back to softball. It's the bottom of the 6th, and the Braves need a lot of runs in a hurry. Starting things off for Lompoc will be number 13, Heidi Cardenas.
Yeah, you just have to turn it up on the phone. Get it, get it,
Let's just swing at that one for a strike.
Let's go, Heidi. Doing better out there, kid. You got this, big dog.
And the cheerleaders are out here in the Lompoc dugout. Strike on the outside corner. Strike 2. Softball's so much fun.
The Railbirds. Oh!
Fouled off the hands and over the Charger dugout.
Just did get over the dugout. It almost was a cage rattler. But that was right off the hands.
Kind of that thud you hear when it hits off the hands area. Still 2 strikes to Cardenas.
Yeah.
Flips this one foul.
Yeah, kind of poked at that one, and that one got up in the wind and had no chance of staying in. Ball back in from behind the dugout over there on the previous pitch.
Still 0-2 to Cardenas. Pops this one up into right field. Should be playable, and it is.
A little bit of a collision out there between right and center.
Ashley Gherkin puts it in her glove for out number 1. And if you can hear it, Led Zeppelin's in the background. That must mean Hannah Larsh is up. She's got to be a KPEG fan.
Who is it?
Oh, that's a valid point, Mike.
Oh.
Pops this one up towards third, drifting into foul territory, but right there is Jenny Nichols for out number 2. So quickly 2 down for the Braves here in the 6th, and that'll take us to Michelle Hill.
You got this, Michelle. You didn't drive it, babe.
2 outs, bases empty.
You got this, 7. Lucky 7, make it fun. Lucky 7.
Nice pitch in there for strike 1 call. Pretty one right around the knees. high and away from Borden for ball one.
Good job by Michelle laying off that prize ball. Struck it out about the knees, and by the time it crossed the plate, it was up around the shoulders. Oh. And she pulled the string on that one. That
was as off speed as you get. Beautiful pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right back with a high heat. And Michelle Hill will strike out swinging to record out number 3 here in the Lompoc 6th. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left.
Tell you who would have really liked that changeup that she threw in that second strike with Dan Bodery.
Yes, indeed.
He was very much well, I guess he probably still is a fervent advocate of the changeup.
The Braves come up empty here in the 6th. We've got 6 complete innings here at Lompoc High School. Our score is the Dos Pueblos Chargers 8, the Lompoc Braves 1. So Sierra Preston will come back into the circle for the Braves to try and shut down DP for 3 outs and try and give them a chance to put up a big rally here in the bottom of the inning to try and steal one here at home. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, on this field.
On this very field, yeah. And we've been witness to some of them.
Yeah.
We'll tell the story of that rally that came up 1 run short earlier in the season.
Sometimes you win those, sometimes you don't. But, that was.
Well, a win today by the Chargers will end the perfect league season for DP. They can hold on to this lead today.
Not exactly.
Not quite perfect, but a lossless season.
Yeah. They would be 14-0-1. The first league game of the season, they tied San Ynez
2-2, I think.
2-2 in 11 innings, and they called it when it got dark.
Here we go. Top of the 7th. First pitch, swinging, grounder over to short. Haley Larsh will throw to first. And the Braves will record out number 1.
Nice job digging the ball out. And
the throw was just a tad short, got it on the bounce.
One pitch, 1 out.
That's effective.
Yeah.
Brings us back to Sierra Loeffner.
Nice to see that she's.
Fouls that one high over the screen.
Yeah, that one got over the stands behind us.
Heading towards the football practice field, actually. Another one of the fields that was refurbished here on the Braves campus.
Looks at ball 2, low. Or excuse me, ball 1. Pitch 2.
Evens a count of 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Ooh.
This one is drilled just past Larsh at short and into left field for a single.
If it was even before, I think she unevened it.
Yes.
Unevened the ball, possibly.
Ball's a little flatter on one side than it was down before, I think. Allison Borden up now with a runner on and 1 out.
She's pitched very well today.
Chopper over to Hill at second, tags a runner on baseline, and a throw to first. In time to record the out. That's a nice double play turned by Hill. And all of a sudden, the Chargers are done here in the 7th. So Michelle Hill smartly snags up the ball, tags the runner and then throws to first to complete the double play, and Chargers done here in the 7th inning.
First 3 up, 3 down inning for the Braves on defense.
Well, they had a hit.
3 up, 3 down.
Well, they had a hit to
Yeah, but the double play erased.
was that?
So,
Well, 3 up, 3 down. Yeah, but
3
okay.
up, 3 down.
Yeah, all right, that's true.
And now the big rally starts.
6.5 done here at Lompoc High School. It is 8-1 Chargers, and the Braves are setting up for the rally time.
As Elizondo is going to get this started.
Audrey standing right in front of us, taking her practice swings.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Mike, did I tell anybody about the STEM Expo coming up? Did I mention that
don't
today?
believe so.
We should. Friday and Saturday, the 3rd and 4th of May, just next weekend, the coming up weekend, the following one, is the Central Coast STEM Expo, the 34th annual Central Coast STEM Expo.
Doesn't seem possible.
I know. Friday and Saturday, the 3rd and 4th of May. It's at the Lompoc High School Gymnasium. It's a science, technology, engineering, and math competition. A lot of fun. If you want to get involved, learn more information, go to ccstemexpo.org. ccstemexpo.org. Should be a lot of fun and a whole bunch of my favorite subjects. Another one of my favorite subjects, softball.
Yeah.
And we are at the bottom of the 7th. Braves trailing 8-1. Time for a rally. As we mentioned, Audrey Elizondo up to bat. And a discussion about batting orders, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll get this sorted out as the home plate umpire checking batting orders.
Mm-hmm. Scheduled to bat would be Elizondo, then Reitman, and Hockett. So,
home plate umpire checking now with the DP coaches in their batting orders. Audrey's ready to go.
mm-hmm.
Borden's ready to go. We're ready to go.
About the only one who's not ready to go is Nichols, who's over talking to the shortstop. And the guys in blue who are eventually drifting back towards the plate.
Okay, well, it looks like we were right all along, and we will carry on as suspected. Audrey Elizondo up to bat for the Braves to start things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Audrey takes ball 1, low and away.
Nice fastball, but didn't have the height.
Gordon in the circle looking for the complete game victory. Throws ball 2.
I have a feeling they'll give her a fair amount of leash today.
Right down the pipe with that one for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Elizondo. Braves need a lot of runs in a hurry. Smacks this one over to first. Little grounder, step on the bag for out number 1. Butsky right there to do the job.
Well hit. It just didn't meet Wee Willie Keeler's dictum. Hit them where they need.
Just didn't hit it where she wasn't in this case. Yeah. So 1 down here in the Braves 7th. Lompoc starting pitcher, Brianna Rettmeyer up now.
Braves 2 outs away from the end of the season, and Chargers 2 outs away from a fairly decent CIF berth.
Redmeyer takes strike one.
Let's go, Ben. Let's go, Bruce. Yeah, big dog. Let's go, baby.
One hopper to the plate for ball one.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here for the Braves in the 7th. Nobody on. Braves down by 7 runs. Just outside with that one for ball 2.
Had one bad inning in the 6th, and otherwise they've been fairly.
Unfortunately, 1 bad inning is sometimes all it takes.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike to Redmeyer. Foul up high. Not a play for strike 2.
But Lompoc has not played poorly today.
Two and 2 the count. The pitch from Borden. Ball 3.
Double hopper.
Temperatures cooling off a little bit here at high school as well as the fog begins to drift in. Ball 4, and Redmeyer will take the base on balls. First walk by Borden? I think.
Possibly the second.
Either way, the Braves have what they need, a runner on base. That'll bring up relief pitcher Sierra Preston.
Elizondo walked back in the 3rd inning.
Okay. So 2 walks by Borden. Preston takes strike 1.
If Preston is able to get on. Next up would be Rodriguez, I believe.
Yep, Amory Rodriguez on deck. Redmeyer on first. And Preston looking at a 1-1. Takes strike 2.
And you missed your chance there, Greg. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on.
It's tough getting old. It's also tough getting cold.
Yeah.
Fouls this one off the hands and way out of play to our right.
Yeah.
Count stays 1 and 2. That one goes across low.
2-2.
Evens us up. 2 apiece. Braves trying to put together a big 7th inning rally here. 1 out, 1 on. 2-2 at the plate to Preston. Outside for ball 3.
And yet another full count in this game.
We've had a multitude of those today.
Half dozen at least.
Yeah. Not sure if that quite constitutes a multitude, but payoff pitch from Borden. Smacked over toward second.
And
Thrown away into left. Couldn't decide whether to go 1 or 2 on that one. Decided 2 and then threw it into the ground. So the Braves will take that.
Indeed.
Preston on with an error. Now the Braves have runners at first and second with one out. And the aforementioned Amory Rodriguez up to bat.
Let's go after you.
As Greg's donned some protective gear here.
Your announcer has gone as long as they can without a sweatshirt. So
fouls one off, back the netting.
Okay, that's better. Strike one to Rodriguez. Runners at first and second for the Braves. One down. Rodriguez batting lefty. Takes the ball.
It was high. And she ran up the slap.
Every rally starts with a runner. We've got two of them. One ball, one strike, one out, two on for the Braves here in the bottom of the seventh.
Extra outs are always nice.
She takes a running swing at that one for strike two.
It was high, and she ended up swinging under it.
One ball, two strikes to Rodriguez.
Fouled off into the room.
And there's the cage rattler we talked about.
Yeah. Came close to getting a couple people.
Pinballed around there in the Charger dugout for a little while.
Yeah.
Count stays 1-2.
Coach has been under fire today.
Let's go. I believe in you, Ben.
Smacked it back to the circle. Throw to third for the force. We'll record out number 2. As Rettmeyer is sent home. And we now have 2 outs. Rodriguez at first. Preston at second.
Let's go, Lars. Right here, big dog.
And Haley Larsh, the Braves' last hope at the plate. Takes ball 1.
Hey, got your pitch, Ben. Let's go, big dog. Find it, find it.
One ball, no strikes to Haley Larsh. He's got 2 runners on. And the Braves need a hit in the worst way.
Ooh, just missed that one.
Put some effort into that swing, though, didn't she?
Yeah, she just got a little bit under it, but...
Let's go, Ben. Right here, kid.
1-1 now to Larsh.
She had that time.
Smacks this one into right field for a single. Preston turns the corner at third and scores standing up. There you go, an RBI single by Haley Larsh. Puts the Braves on the board here in the 7th. That's 8-2. Nice base running by Sierra Preston, scoring from second on the play. So a 2-out RBI single by Haley Larsh, and it's 8-2. And Villalobos up to bat for the Braves. Takes strike 1.
The runner still at first and second.
Braves not willing to go quietly into this good night.
And the decision to go to third earlier saved a run.
Foul just out of play there on the off third base.
Anything up in the air or over in that area has no shot.
Yeah, exactly. 2 strikes now on Villalobos. Chargers 1 strike away from the postseason. And that one will roll across the plate for ball 1. Gordon might have wanted that one a little too much. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the dugout railbirds are in full voice.
Indeed. You can probably tell. Just missed with that one for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for the Braves here in the bottom of the 7th. They trail by 6. It's 8-2, Dos Pueblos.
And guess who's at the plate? Number 2.
Deuces Wild here at Lompoc High School.
Oh, what a shot.
Bobbled at second base, and everybody's safe. Line drive over towards short. Couldn't get a glove on it in time.
Yeah, was fortunate to knock it down. I thought that was going to go into center field, but
so the Braves doing what they have to do here in the 7th to stay alive. Bases full now for Lompoc. Heidi Cardenas, number 13, up to bat for the Braves with the bases full and 2 outs. Rays trying to put together a big rally here in the bottom of the 7th to get back in this ball game, and they're so far so good. The worrisome part is the 2 outs up there on the board.
A little bit of a delay.
There we go. Strike 1 to Cardenas. Again, bases full for Lompoc. Runners will be going on contact.
Second pitch is the ball high.
1-1 now to Cardenas. Lompoc players doing their best to root on Cardenas. Wow, out of play over our heads. Got just under that one. And that's a ball on 2 strikes now to Heidi Cardenas. And once again, the Braves down to their final strike.
The ball continues to move in.
Here's the 1-2 pitch from Allison Borden. Oh.
Yeah,
Cardenas will back out of the box.
Yeah, well, the umpire was not set. He was talking to the Charger dugout about something.
Okay, now we'll get back to ball.
Wind's starting to pick up again.
This is going to be hit into left field for a single. 2 runs are going to come across. And safe at third.
And Cardenas will take second on the fielder's choice after the single.
And we got ourselves a rally going here in the bottom of the 7th. The Braves not willing to cash it in. 2 runs across there. It's now 8-4. Can the Braves pull off the 7th inning miracle, Mike?
Can they? Yes.
Hockett's over at third. Cardenas is at second. First base is open. Three runs across for the Braves here in the 7th. And a Hannah Larsh on what could be her final at bat as a Lompoc Brave.
Yep. Her final sporting event as a Lompoc athlete.
Takes ball 1. Wouldn't she like to drive in a couple in their last at bat?
Yeah.
We'll put one over the fence even better.
Yeah. Ooh.
She tried to put one over the fence with that swing. Came up empty.
Mighty hack.
All of a sudden, Marsh is down 0-2, and the Braves once again down to their final strike.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. 8-4 looks a lot better than 8-1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
strike 2, I guess.
Yep. Ball swinging strike, and then that called strike there. So.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just fouls that one off the screen.
Yeah, didn't miss that one very much.
Ball dribbles right up in front of us. Brianna Castro over to pick that one up, throw it back over to Borden, and we're still at 0-2. Lars steps back into the box, and we're ready. The 0-2 pitch.
Ooh, just did get a piece of it.
A tiny, tiny piece.
Should we go there, Greg? She got a skosh.
Our last chance at a skosh. Yep, she got a skosh of that one. Once again, the 0-2 pitch from Borden. Foul out of play. Marsh fighting him off.
The 1-2 pitch. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up.
This is a blooper over towards first, and the catch is made to record the out and retire the Braves here in the seventh.
Kind of a knuckler that was caught by the second baseman.
And the Braves made a game of it here in the seventh, but came up short. Just too big of a mountain to overcome. They came up with 3 runs in the seventh, and to leave a couple stranded. So our final score here from Lompoc High School would be the Chargers 8 and the Braves 4. They made it exciting at the end, Mike.
Yeah, well, I believe I told you yesterday this one should be interesting, Greg, and
yep.
I think it qualified.
That qualifies as interesting and a lot of fun as well.
Indeed.
So the Chargers, with the win, are Channel League champions. At
undefeated.
Yeah.
Channel League champions.
I believe that puts them at 15-0-1 on the year in the league.
14-0.
14-0-1. Okay, it's a lot of weird numbers out there with all the rainouts and delays and postponements and stuff. It's hard to get your.
You have to come up to 15. So.
Okay.
And they had one tie. So.
Okay. And the Braves will be finished, of course, at
8-11.
Yep. But they had a fun time. They got the biggest thing about the Braves, they improved as the season went on. And as young as they are, they got a lot of good talent coming up, and they should be something to look at next season.
Yeah.
We want to wish the Dos Pueblos Chargers the best of luck in the playoffs.
And as it is, they managed to finish 4th.
Yep.
In the league, which isn't horrible.
Final league standings are DP, San Ynez in second, San Marcos, followed by Lompoc, Cabrillo, and Santa Barbara. So the Braves did well this year. They should be proud of themselves. And again, good luck to Dos Pueblos Chargers as they go into the Division 4 playoff system.
Yeah.
And we will take a few months off here, I guess, Mike, as far as sports is concerned.
Well, as far as the broadcasting, now we get to try and get ready for the onslaught of the next season.
And lots of things going on the TAP TV side, but we'll get ready for football as far as radio is concerned, and we'll be back with you on August 23rd for the kickoff of KPEG's football season.
It'll be something.
It'll be something. We'll be somewhere, that's for sure.
And actually, it'd be interesting if they had a Friday-Saturday situation. We could get the doubleheader weekend out of the way early.
Yeah, you never know. We will post our schedule when it's finalized at kpegradio.com, so look for that in the coming months. In the meantime, we want to thank you all for joining us today and all season long for our baseball and softball coverage, both Lompoc and Cabrillo. Appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for our listeners down in Santa Barbara for tuning in today. And it's been a lot of fun, Mike. Thanks for being here.
It has. And we should mention before we close out that if you wish to check out any of the broadcasts that we've had this year, football, baseball, softball, basketball,
you name it.
They're all archived on the City of Lompoc YouTube channel.
Indeed, we're all there. Check it out.
And
it's been a blast, Mike. Thanks for being with me through the cold and the rain and everything else. And we thank you all for tuning in. Once again, our final score here from Lompoc High School today is the Dos Pueblos Chargers 8 and the Lompoc Braves 4. For Bill and Lynn back in the studio, and for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much. We will send it back to the rock and roll, the best rock and roll on the planet, to 100.9 KPEG. Good night, everybody.
On the Braves Radio Network.